Death Parade is an anime about this mysterious organization where these people known as arbiters are tasked with making the final decision of whether or not someone's soul will be either reincarnated or dropped into a void of torment. And so the premise is people die, their souls go to, I'm assuming, this world's purgatory, if I'm even saying that right, and it's pretty much a bar setting where the bartenders, who are the arbiters, then have them compete in death games, where so that they can have get a better idea on how to judge the individuals, judging them on their moral ethics, pretty much, which will lead to them making that final decision of whether or not they will be reincarnated or dropped into the void. So, what did I like about this anime? The opening. The opening is nice. I enjoyed the fact that it was episodic. Each story was different. Each episode was different, dealing with different people, dealing with different situations, and getting different endings: happy, sad, and bittersweet. I also enjoyed the animation itself. Again, Madhouse was behind this, so you already know they did their thing, man. They did their thing. In fact, I will say this right now: this anime, I think it's over like 10 years old, or about 10 years old, and its animation can still be comparable to anime nowadays. In all honesty, bro, it's that good. It was beautifully done, for real. It was, dare I say, perfect. So that's why I really liked about this anime. Now, the things I disliked about this anime is that even though I enjoyed the character designs, the characters themselves were bland. They were boring. Heck, even the two main characters themselves were bland and boring. Yes, I enjoyed Decim's growth. Yes, I enjoyed Yoki's story. Her story being wrapped up and stuff like that. And yes, I liked the fact that she was basically the voice of reason for Decim, which was ultimately helping him gain empathy and looking at it from different perspectives and point of views when judging humans, understanding that, humans are very complex, emotional, complicated creatures, basically. So, yeah, I did enjoy those things, but at the end of the day, they both were pretty much bland and boring. Just keeping it real. The other characters, like I said, bland and boring. But I will say this, and this is the crazy thing about it. There was a character named her name was Mayo. I think it was Mayo. Her ending actually affected me. I actually felt bad. I was this close to crying, matter of fact. And it's crazy because it was more memorable and had more of an impact on me than the main character, Chiyoki's, her story herself. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what was crazy about it. The actual main female character story wasn't all that compared to a side character story who was only on there for like 2 episodes. Maybe 3. But, you see what I'm saying? And that's why I'm like, bro, that's why I don't like... that's what the problem that I have with this, bro. It's like, dang, bro, it's like, man. And then another thing I don't like about this anime is that there was so much left on the table. Like Oculus. What now? He was supposed to be putting a stop to the manager of this organization because she uploaded human emotions into Decim, which is a big no-no because arbiters are not supposed to be anything like human, even though they pretty much be acting like humans anyway with emotions. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, I didn't like that either. But that was a big no-no. And he was going to put a stop to it. But they had a little chat, and that was it. Really? That's it? Nothing more? Is he going to make any plans to stop you in the future? Is what's going on? And then the fact is that they mentioned how God just left. Why? Where did he go? That was left on the table. Then there was a situation where you had pretty much a kid and this guy come through, which at the time, I didn't know. And this is what I really disliked about this, is that when they were coming through, it was a kid and this guy. I wanted to see how they would go about judging a kid. It's not like, because they get put through some stuff here in this competing in these death games. But I wanted to know, how do arbiters go about judging a kid compared to how they judge adults? You see what I'm saying? I actually wanted to know how that was gonna go. And then on top of that, the guy who's there, he starts remembering being in that place. This is where I have the problem, is that it turns out it all was a test. The second arbiter that we get to know, well, like, that's actually doing something, like that's judging the souls on whether or not they be reincarnated or go into the void, he put this test together, I guess, just to see if Declan, if I'm remembering off the top of my head, is doing everything by the book, basically. It made me so mad because I really wanted to know, how do arbiters deal with children compared to how they've been dealing with adults? Do they have children really play in these death games? Like, how do they deal with that? You know what I'm saying? Because obviously children are going to be much more like, if adults can already be emotional, complex, and complicated, just imagine how a child will be in these type of situations. You see what I'm saying? Like, how are they able to accurately judge a child compared to an adult? And then on top of that, the guy who's having memories, before I found out he was just a dummy with human memories uploaded into him. Bro, you mean to tell me that there's never been a time where someone returned to this place where they actually was like, wait a second, I remember being here. I remember you. I'm not for to compete in this game again. I already went through this stuff. Why would I compete again? Why would I compete in it again? You mean to tell me that we never had anyone in this anime actually showed up? Like, why didn't, bro? Why you just leave this on the table? It would have made for an interesting story. I would have wanted to know how they would deal with these two people. How would they go about judging a kid, and how they deal with someone who refused to compete in the death games because they already, they remember already being here. How do they deal with that? But instead, they was just like, nope, it was a test the entire time done by this other arbiter who is boring himself. Like, like, come on, bro. Like, and that's what made me mad, bro. It's like they left things on the table that I felt like really could have been solved with another season. But man, that's what I really didn't like about the anime, man. It's just that there's so much left on the table. So, if I had to choose between peak, great, good, okay, and trash, I would say it's a good anime. Does it have rewatchable value? No, not really. But it's a good anime, especially if you're just getting into anime, or if you're looking for something to watch while waiting for something that you want to watch to come out. Straight up. Yeah, man. So, yeah, it's a good anime. Check it out. But, man, I'm really disappointed with a lot of things.